The State Board of Education meeting about several different topics today. One of the big topics, virtual learning. Board members talked about their need to get more involved to verify that districts are handling virtual learning efficiently. Board members say they never saw virtual learning in COVID-19 in the state extending for this long. There is no doubt we've seen more cases of COVID in our school-age children since schools reopened. We are diving into the data, looking at Cherokee, Paulding, Polk, and Bartow counties, all school districts that open with in-person classes the first week of August. Let's check it out. So the state won't tell us how many cases were reported each week if the number is less than 9. None of these counties had enough cases to report until late June. At that time, cases were likely tied to things like summer camp, play dates, or family vacations. But the number of new COVID cases reported seems to increase as athletes return for practice. And you'll notice for all but Bartow, cases in the county spiked their highest levels the week after school started. The Metro's 3 largest counties, Fulton, Gwinnett, and Cobb, all decided to start the school year virtually. Even though school in these counties didn't start until mid to late August, it appears families staying home to get their students ready help reduce the number of new infections. These counties have still reported some COVID cases since they're allowed athletes to gather on campus for practice.